Hi, Steve Davies here. For a long time now, I've been analysing and looking at the behaviours, practices, and actions of government and indeed um, the public service through the lens of Professor Albert Bandura's mechanisms of moral disengagement. Um, Fairly early in the piece, I started using DeepSeek and Grok to see how well and how consistently those platforms could use Bandura's mechanisms of moral disengagement to undertake that analysis, provide that analysis directly back to users, and then they could do whatever they wished with it. Along that journey, it's become, and there's no, I don't think there's any surprise in this, that the AI has become far more adept at doing so and doing so reliably. Very early in the piece, I realised that one of the things that would need to be done is to actually get the AI platforms to look at themselves, to look at artificial intelligence in general through that, through Bandura's moral lens. On the 25th of this month, I did that again, on the basis that it actually provides a powerful backstory, because here we are discussing an issue that is moral disengagement and conversely moral engagement, that neither the government or officials will have. What's driving that is that it's undiscussable for them, because if whether it was a human being or AI doing it, in a sense, wouldn't matter, because if it was looked through that lens, there'd be an awful lot that people would go, well, no, that's not on. And of course, Robodebt rang powerful alarm bells through that. Now, what I did was put together a set of queries focused on AI itself. Did that on the 25th. I'll just read you the two of the queries that I selected, wrote. Firstly, and this was both to Grok and DeepSeek, by the way, one of the key queries I put to it was as follows: map AI ethical principles and standards against Bandura's mechanisms of moral disengagement and conversely moral engagement. Hypothesis: we need to integrate principles, standards and technical approaches with the mechanisms of moral disengagement to provide cues that flag and reinforce both AI and, most important, human agency. And then I said, place an emphasis on the human agency part of the equation. The second query I put to both platforms, I stated, explore the following use case: using AI to improve and ensure the organisational health of political parties, governments and public service organisations. Secondly, to improve and maximise the human agency of the wider population, aka our society. So they copious and serious in-depth analysis was provided, along with recommendations in the form of a conclusion. And yet again, it confirmed that this approach worked. For example, I'll just grab this. In this small set of slides I put together, there's only 5 of them. I believe you it could have been a lot more. AI models respond, ethics integration, right? Here's what they see needs to be done to ensure that AI is ethical and therefore can reliably be counted upon to provide feedback on moral engagement and moral disengagement to human beings. Firstly, detect and block. AI systems can identify moral disengagement platforms, and that's what AI is good at, identifying patterns in language. They can alert users when ethical boundaries are approached. Next, design for engagement. Active design prioritises human agency. It embeds accountability mechanisms throughout AI systems. Operational safeguards, moving beyond abstract principles, creating concrete mechanisms for transparency and redress. And lastly, centre human agency. Humans must remain the moral agents. AI should enhance, not replace, human ethical judgment. Now, that's reflected in the 5 slides to get you having a bit of a think about it. Certainly, from my perspective at the moment, there's nothing to indicate that this is a dangerous way to go, contrary to what government and various bureaucrats might think. Nevertheless, that also means the onus has to be there on ensuring these platforms are not themselves morally disengaged, courtesy of the organisations, the people that are responsible for them. And pleasingly, that hasn't proved that so far there is absolutely no problem with that. I don't anticipate that there will be. Yes, we need to be careful about it, absolutely, because you can do a lot of damage with AI, the same you can with any powerful tool, really. Okay, that's enough from me. Look forward to talking on the 4th of June, and I reckon I'm going to get a few questions. Cheers.